Israeli football fans attacked in Amsterdam. A pogrom unfolding against Jews in Europe. Anti-Semitism spreads, leaving Jewish communities to suffer. Okay, let's come back to reality and discuss what actually happened. On November 8th, Maccabi Tel Aviv faced Ajax Amsterdam in a UEFA Europa League match. Before the game, a minute silence was held for flood victims in Spain. During this moment, Maccabi fans could be seen loudly booing, most likely in response to Spain's decision to recognize a Palestinian state. But that's not where this began. Before the match, these fans marched through Amsterdam, tearing down Palestinian flags and clashing with Dutch citizens, even violently attacking taxi drivers. Yet, this context was missing from mainstream media narratives, which focused solely on the violence of Palestinian solidarity protesters in response. While all political violence should be condemned, the media's portrayal stripped the incident of crucial context. The bias went so far that even a video of Maccabi Tel Aviv fans chasing and beating a Dutch citizen was falsely represented as Palestinian solidarity protesters attacking an Israeli football fan. In the aftermath, Dutch authorities labelled the incidents as anti-Semitic. The King of the Netherlands insisted that Jews must feel safe, while Amsterdam's mayor and President Biden echoed the same sentiment, condemning the attacks.
Nu ook de vrede in onze stad. Gisteren was er een uitbarsting van antisemitisme zoals we niet meer hoopten te zien in Amsterdam.
Reporting around the event centered on Israeli fans being victimized by the Palestinian solidarity protesters, and many even called the event a pogrom against the Jews.
I am devastated to witness a pogrom in 2024 on the streets of Amsterdam.
But can we really call this a pogrom? Historically, a pogrom is aimed at massacring an ethnic group, particularly the Jews. Clearly, these attacks on Israeli fans were wrong and should not have happened. But they were the result of a series of violent provocations by some Israeli football fans. This is not a justification for the attack, but simply a contextualization.
The Maccabi fans have been here since Wednesday and they have wreaked havoc everywhere. They've been chanting horrible things, especially also what is happening in Gaza. They've vandalized numerous buildings, they've ripped off Palestinian flags, they've been inciting for violence, and they have only been protected by the police. This has made me feel incredibly unsafe, and none of this, as the municipality and some media are framing it, is about the Jewish people. It is not about the Jewish people. It is about the occupation, the annexation, breach of international law, breach of human rights. That is why we are against Maccabi coming to play here, and I still cannot believe that they have been allowed to play.
From the moment that they've arrived was already very concerning. Last week I've seen pictures of a pro-Palestinian or a person wearing a keffiyeh being beaten to the ground by people associated with a football team. And the day before yesterday I've heard of windows being smashed of houses that were flying a Palestinian flag. I've heard of girls being spit at because they were wearing a hijab. And of course yesterday there has been violence, and I must say I think from both sides.
Yet our media and politicians continue to feed us garbage reporting devoid of any journalistic integrity. If they choose to abandon truth and morality, then we should choose to abandon them.
The Israeli military says it's preparing to immediately deploy a rescue mission to the Netherlands after violence broke out following.
Thank you for listening to another episode of TBN. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share to help us counter the mainstream media propaganda. Until next time, peace to everyone.